Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to show you guys a few purchases, but the majority of the video is going to actually be me focusing on a few common mistakes that people make when they buy sealed packs off of, say, eBay sellers. But let's jump into first. I got this from, it's only right for the Charizard Authority to have the Error Charizard. Thanks, buddy Zach. And so this is a gift from Gem Mint Pokemon. Thank you so much. And the error he's referring to is you can actually see there is a slight hollow shift on the shining part of Shining Charizard. Now it's not much, and it's actually something that's kind of common on Neo Destiny Shinings, but it's still really cool to have, and this is like a perfect binder copy. You can tell that it's not in really gradable shape. I mean, you'd probably be looking at like a 2 or a 3, you know, something like that with all those dents and different things on it. But when you put it inside of a sleeve, inside of a case, it's going to display really well. So thank you much. And as you guys know, he did help me out with the deal recently. I kind of sent him a little gift, and then he sent me one back. He didn't want to accept it as like, you know, kind of payment, I guess, for, you know, how much money he was able to help me acquire through just market knowledge that he had. So definitely appreciate that. Was not necessary. Thank you again. And I'm gonna have that card for a long time with your name printed on it. So every time I open up that binder, I'll see your name, Zach. So thank you again. Next up, we have a Poliwrath first edition. Picked this one up off of, I want to say Fanatics. I think it was Fanatics. It was Fanatics or Heritage or something like that. One of those auction houses. Something that adds on the buyer premium. And so it just kind of like makes the price a little bit more complicated, but thought it was a pretty decent deal. I had to buy something since I was selling all these different cards, and this is one that I haven't had before in a PSA 10, but picked this up in a pristine 10. So we have the No Symbol Error Vaporeon. This one definitely come through eBay, most likely Z&G. Great auction house. I love Z&G. All right, so what we're going to focus on now, so I have a return. So this is just showing the tracking number and the eBay return ID, order number, that kind of stuff. And I'm showing that it's still fully sealed. Looks like he used the same box that I sent it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that there's no like paperwork that shows the buyer information in here. So, but we're going to open it up in this video, and he returned the packs because he thought that they were resealed, and so here they are. So we have, should be 36 next destinies, well, not next destinies, destined rivals. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 33, 36. So he's returned all the packs. There we go. So all 36 packs have been returned. And I'm going to show you why he thought that they were resealed. So if you look at it right here, look at those gaps. You might be asking yourself, like, where would that come from? You can see it on this side too. You look at the packs. Well, the way Pokemon seals packs is through a set of what looks like 3 crimps. You have 1 crimp here, 1 crimp here, and then 1 crimp here. They don't glue the packs down. And so that means anywhere it's not crimped, it's going to be not sealed. That's why you can put the cards in between where the crimps are. Like I can push the cards inside all the way up to the crimp. This side I can push the cards all the way up to the crimp. But if you look closely, the crimp does not run all the way to the end of the wrapper. There's some space there. That space is why you see some gap. And so if you take something like a box cutter, you can actually run all the way down through here and see that it splits even farther along. It's just more obvious at the end because it's like if you take I don't know, take something like this. If you bend it, where's it going to gap up the most? Right there at the end, unless you come in there and you just squeeze it, but even still, once you let go of it, you can see it opens up a little bit there on the end. So that's exactly what's happening here with booster packs. In fact, if you see that gap, it should tell you, hey, they haven't been re-glued. Or like if somebody opened them up and they tried to crimp it again, like it would be obvious that, you know, they'd probably double stamp the crimp or something. But if they come back with glue, then it's not going to stop there at that crimp. So this is actually a sign showing that, hey, they haven't been glued. Now, that's not always the case. It doesn't mean that they haven't been resealed. It just means that what you see here, that's normal for what you're going to find for booster packs. And so I tried explaining it to the guy. He said he's opened up many packs before, but this is common on packs that go all the way back to the beginning. because the crimps do not always run to the top of the pack. And so if you ever come across packs and they have those little gaps on the end, that should actually make sense. And you're going to find that gap. You can take it all the way across here, minus the part where it's crimped on this middle piece. Like usually those crimps run a little bit higher. You can see how they run all the way to the top because this is a different type of crimp on this back seal. But anyways, in here and in here, they're going to be, you can get that crimp, or not the crimp, but you can get it to open if you come in here with something tight. You can see that it'll just split across the top without opening it up. And now you can see that is still sealed. It's just pulling apart two pieces of plastic that were just laid tightly together because there is a crimp that runs right here. But anyways, we're going to open up these packs. I told them that we would just have a little bit of fun with it, mainly to show them that they were not resealed. Hopefully we pull something good. I don't want to open up packs and not pull anything good, but here we go. You can see, opens up, even rips right there when you go to pull the pack. So we'll have a little bit of fun with it now. All right, pack number 1. We got a Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, pretty cool there. And I'm going to set cards here that I like. I like the Misty's Lapras. Destined Rivals, it's a very fun set. You can see when you open them up, I mean, it pretty much tears the pack from where the crimp is. There's not much point to resealing from, ooh, I like the Misty Starmie. We have another hit. We got the Electivire EX. I think on average we'd be looking at what, 12 to 15 hits, something like that, for a standard Destined Rival set. But since these are booster packs, you can have higher hit rates. You could also have lower hit rates. That's kind of what's cool about them. Ooh, I like the Ethan's Typhlosion. And Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, so we have a full art there. So we're actually 3 for 3. So like if we come in here with say 9 hits, you know, that would be low, but it's not, you know, unheard of. But if we come in here and had, you know, 20 hits, that's really high, but also again would not be unheard of. We're 4 for 4 so far. Regirock EX. You can see almost every one of these packs have that issue of where the crimp didn't go all the way to the top, so it just causes a little air bubble on the end there between the two spots that are not crimped at the top of the pack. Another Regirock EX, okay. Man, we're 5 for 5, which that's kind of uncommon to have 5 hits in a row. So that's not going to continue. There's no way. There's a Hydrapple. My favorite cards from the set, of course, are probably be the same 3 that everyone else has. We've got the Moltres, the Ho-Oh, and of course man, there's another hit. And I like the Misty's Gyarados too, and the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, which I believe the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, that's around what, $1,400, something like that. I'm not sure where the Ho-Oh and the Moltres is. I did see where the Moltres that come from the Ultra Premium collection was even more expensive than just the regular one, maybe because less have been introduced into the pop. Combuskin, ooh, I like that. And there's a regular hollow Misty's Gyarados. I don't know what it is about the Pichu. Maybe because I used to have like this giant stack of Pichu Brothers from the Pop series, and for a while there, I wanted to grade all of them. I just didn't pull the trigger. I slowly sold those cards off one by one, raw, ungraded. I don't know what they're at now, but I bet it's one of those cards that if I had graded those and just set them back in a 10, those would have done really well. You don't see many Pichus. Ooh, there's our first art rare. We have a Team Rocket's Murkrow. And I told the guy, I was like, hey, he said they were for his nephew. Go ahead, just open the packs up, see for yourself. I guarantee you these are untampered with, because all of these packs that I sell from modern sets that I sell on eBay, these are ones that I've broken down personally direct from Pokemon, so nobody has messed with them. Ooh, we've got another reverse Ethan's Pichu. Got 2 of those. So I can guarantee it. Like, there's nobody who comes in here and messes with these packs. I do sell to a few trusted people, but that's where I'm selling cards out. Ooh, we got a secret rare. Got the Jamming Tower. But I'm not mixing them in with anything that I buy off of customers. Most of the time, stuff I buy off customers, like Elite Trainer boxes, that kind of stuff, I just sell sealed. Occasionally, I do buy off of a few people, like bulk packs, like 151, I did that. But I keep those completely separate. In fact, I've got boxes up here they've got the name, the date, the amount of packs, who I bought them from, and the price. And those do not get mixed in with the packs that I sell on eBay. That way, if anything ever does come up and be like, I can guarantee you they have not been tampered with. If there's a problem with the pack, it was just from the factory, you can open it up and you might have a holo in there still. Although if I do run across packs that are obviously messed up, I try to pull them out. I remember there was one time that I opened up there's a third Ethan's Pichu. I opened up an unlimited fossil booster box. And when I did so, I was doing it so to break out the heavies for a stream. And one of the packs, the back flap, got another art rare, got the Zamazenta. So the back flap back here, it was just not attached. It was just completely busted open. It was split. And I went ahead and I just took the pack, I opened it up, and it was a Dragonite. It was a holographic Dragonite. Doubt that'll happen again. I'm not busting too many WotC boxes anymore. These things have gotten so expensive. Team Rocket Zapdos. We'll put the Zapdos down there. I feel like I need to go back and pull out the Ethan's Typhlosions because those are pretty cool too. And I got to play with those at the pre-release at Card Party. Spike Mewth. So far, no Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, or Moltres. Did have a Team Rocket's regular Mewtwo, but no special art rares. Had 2 regular art rares, a couple full arts, and then I think the rest were just regular EXs. What have we got in this one? Oh yeah, there's a Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. So we've gotten this and the full art Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, and then we did have that one secret rare. We'll count out the ultra rares at the end, see if we were right in the expected, or if we were a little high, a little low. There's our third Regirock EX. But anyways, for those of you who do have concerns about that on booster packs, it doesn't mean for sure that somebody didn't go in and reseal them, but it's not like this right here is not a tail for a resealed pack. That's just, in fact, you should expect that. You should be able to, if you look at the crimps, because sometimes the crimps do go all the way to the top. If they go all the way to the top, then there shouldn't really be any splitting. But like with these, it doesn't. Like you can see that there's some space right there where the pack is not crimped. So if it's not crimped there, then it's not sealed up in that spot. Of course, it should be able to split. Another Misty's Gyarados. I remember with celebrations when those come out, man, it was, I believe what happened was a lot of the packs right here, it was just extra pressed right there in the middle where that crimp was. So a lot of those, they looked like they had like this white fuzz on them. And sometimes the crimp pushed all the way through, so it looked like a little bit of a split. And that caused me to take out quite a few celebration packs and just set them back for my own personal collection. But I did not offer them out or I didn't use them when I sold on eBay. Every now and then I would use them for like streaming, because I knew if I was streaming them, then I would just be opening the packs up myself, and you could obviously see that the pull rates were fine. But that's not something that you want to send out to people on eBay, because they may make assumptions by looking at the pack. And I don't blame this buyer or anybody really for questioning booster packs, because there is a lot of information out there about people trying to scam customers out through weighing packs and then not saying that they've weighed packs. I don't even know if there's a method to weigh modern packs. I'm sure there is, with the fact that there's just so much availability for the way that you can scan stuff and do different things. I don't know if it makes any sense to scan or weigh any packs, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows how to do it. However, I don't think there's any reasonable, applicable way that sellers who have a lot of stuff would want to. Because like, even if you see right here, like if I pulled out all of these packs that had the hits, like most of the time the pack is still worth more sealed than with this hit. But here we go. We have a Cynthia's Roserade. There's our third art rare. In fact, I would say that probably only a few cards that we've pulled so far really outpace the price of a booster pack. Still a lot of fun though, and then you have all the bulk too that you can make decks from, or find other ways to make your money back. But here's the last pack. All right, so nothing there. So let's see how many hits there were in total. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we hit right along what we would expect in the normal 12 to 15. Got a lot of regular EXs. Did get 2 full arts. Got a secret rare, and then we hit 3 illustration rares. All right, guys. Hope you learned a little something if you didn't know this already. If not, hope you enjoyed the video of opening up 36 Destined Rivals booster packs. Hope you guys have a great week. Thanks.